Yo, whether you watching from Facebook, Twitter, the link in my Instagram, moviepilot.com, YouTube itself, what up, world? I just saw Fantastic Four. It's the reboot of the first family of Marvel. Fox owns them. They own X-Men, they own Deadpool. And they tried this 10 years ago. They made two movies. They weren't well received. So now that superhero comic book movies are at an all-time high in popularity, they decided to try it again. Um, it stars Miles Teller, Kate Mara, Michael B. Jordan, Jamie Bell, Toby Kebbell, Reg E. Cathy, and Tim Blake Nelson. Is directed by Josh Trank, who also directed Chronicle, starring Michael B. Jordan. It's a different take. Like, if you only are familiar with the movies from 10 years ago, it's a different take and it's a different origin. It starts showing Reed Richards as a kid, and Ben Grimm is his boy, you know what I'm saying? They're in class and then they become friends. It's like Ben is the only one that believes in him, and then it flashes forward to when they're like high school seniors or college freshmen, and and then Reggie Cathy, you know what I'm saying, sees Reed at a science fair, and he recruits him to come work, you know, at the Baxter facility or whatever. And they work on, you know, time interdimensional travel or whatever it is. Basically, in some boys will be boys, kids will be kids type shit. That's how they end up getting their powers. It's cool. Like, they don't go too much into Sue being adopted, and Johnny is jealous of how much attention his dad gives Sue, and he's on some bonehead shit, but he has to work at the science facility. And then Victor Von Doom is like, he's like a socially awkward, I don't know, computer gamer. The government or the bigger corporations took my ideas and used them for whatever propaganda or whatever. He's like, he's an anti, you know, not, you know, f the system guy. Um, but he has to. He gets, you know what I'm saying. He gets convinced to work on it too. You know, they get their powers. It's basically an origin story. I heard it's the Ultimates version of the Fantastic Four comic is what they really like took a lot of inspiration from, but not one specific issue. Then they you know, they have their powers, and then they're trying to figure out a way to cure all of them, and then they interact with the villain, and then they have to come together as a team to save the day, and then they leave it open for a sequel, which a sequel is already scheduled. Um, but Fox fucked up because they didn't let the press see this movie until like a day or two before it came out, and then it got horrible reviews, and then that shit spread like wildfire, and nobody's going to watch it. So that sequel might not see the light of day. But I'm here to tell you that it is not as bad as the reviews say. The way it was building, like, I was really enjoying it. I was really enjoying how they set up Reed. Um, I don't really like that they're not, how they, like, how Reed's not older, and you know, they didn't give him like the gray streaks in his hair. I love how Ben Grimm looked as the Thing. The Thing in the other two movies, he looked okay, but he was just too smooth or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, the Thing in this movie, like, it's all motion capture, I think. He looks like a big rock, and rocks aren't always smooth. But for as cool as the Thing looked, Doctor Doom, Victor Von Doom, he looked equally horrible. I really didn't like how he looked at all. And then like the third act was rushed. because they're in their science facility. They go back to where they got their powers from. They find Doom over there, and then all of a sudden they realize Doom's a bad guy, and then the Fantastic Four have to go and defeat him. And just the way they did it was really really rushed. I don't think it's bad. I just think it was rushed. There's the team bonding, how they're all trying to fight him separately, and then one of them said, "Oh, we have to do it as a team." Um, so I don't. They weren't a team as long, but I guess that's part of the origin. They have to figure out how to work together. I love the cast. I love Miles Teller, Michael B. Jordan, who worked together in That Awkward Moment. Kate Mara, I haven't seen a lot of anything she's done, but she was good in this. Jamie Bell was good in this. Reggie Cathy, man, he's got one of the most underrated voices, man. He got one of them Morgan Freeman type voices that could be iconic. I don't know if he gets enough commercial work though. Tim Blake Nelson was a government douchebag. And like I said, Toby Kebbell was okay, but just toward the end when he actually became the villain, he just didn't get enough screen time. He had a hood cape thing kind of, so I guess that's kind of like an acknowledgement of the original way that Doom looked. I think there are a couple Easter eggs. It's clobbering time. Like if the sequel does happen, I know like there's a lot of people that are already like screaming for Marvel Studios to get the rights back. Like they're not giving up X-Men, man. They're not giving up Fantastic Four. This movie's been made, so Fox can technically hold the rights until 2025. And if they don't make another movie until 2025, then Marvel gets the rights back. I put all the negativity and all the hate that I heard to the side. I watched it for what it was, and in my opinion, man, Fantastic Four is dope. Is it perfect? No. It has its issues. Like I said, what I'm talking about is if you're reviewing a movie and you already think this is gonna be bad when you get in there, and then you sit there and just nitpick at every single little thing that you see, of course you gonna hate it, and of course you gonna say so. There was one of these YouTube reviewers that we all watch. I saw him on Instagram, and he was going to watch Pixels, and he made a dickhead ass comment before the movie even started, just with the predetermined mindset that he was gonna hate the movie. I haven't watched his review, and I guarantee he hated it though. It's like, man, like, why review a movie if you already know what you're gonna think about it before you even see it? But like I said, man, this movie is not as bad as people are saying. It's the best Fantastic Four movie that we've gotten. It's fine. It's a watchable movie, but it's nothing special. So have you seen Fantastic Four? What did you think? If you didn't like it, man, I want to know a legit reason why. Not because so and so said so. Not because you heard. Why didn't you like it? Villain didn't get enough screen time. That's fine. There wasn't really any development showing them how they mastered their powers. That's fine. They didn't have their original Fantastic Four suits. That's fine. Um, if you go see this, man, like I've been saying, tag me in your ticket stubs on Facebook, on Instagram. If you see Ricky and the Flash, if you see The Gift, if you see Mission Impossible, if you see Pixels, if you see Vacation, anything, man. Next week, I want to see The Man from U.N.C.L.E., and I want to see Straight Outta Compton. The week after that, I want to see American Ultra, and I want to see Hitman, Agent 47. Find me where y'all find me, man, like I always be talking about. Peace.